What up, Gunpleteers? Ed here, and today, bringing a review to you of the 1-to-100, I don't know if it's high grade, but it is a 1-to-100 Virtue Nodlay set. This is the 1-to-100 from the Gundam, the 1-to-100 Gundam 00 series. His hand is popping off. This was a very nice present from Mr. Henry, also known as Vegeta8259. I've been wanting this kit for a while. I've been wanting a lot of the 1-to-100 00 Gundams for a while now, actually. And I would love to get the other ones. I really, really want the Dynamis and the Kyrios. But for now, I guess I'll start with the 4th and 5th installment, and that is the Virtue Nodlay set. And yes, this comes with both of them. And honestly, out of all of the versions you can get of the Virtue or the Nodlay, I like this one the most because it actually has the full transformation gimmick. The high grade doesn't. The HCM Pro does, the little 1/200 scale figure, and I actually have that way up there. I'm not going to get it down, though. It's up on one of my shelves, and you can actually take the Nodlay and put it inside the Virtue armor on that one, which is really neat. But yeah, you can't do it with the high grades, but the high grades come with stuff that this one doesn't. Like, for example, the Nodlay comes with its own rifle with a beam thing in it, and for the high grade, I think. I had that years ago, but I customized it terribly when I was younger. But yeah, this is the only way to get a fully transforming 1-to-1 or a fully transforming Virtue in any scale, and in a model kit, I mean. But yeah, it's a very nice figure. And again, giant thanks to Henry for this. There's two things. Well, I'll go over that later. There was two things I was planning on doing with it, and I'm not really sure what to do with it, so I figured I would review it and try to get some input from you guys. So anyway, the articulation is pretty standard. You have a double ball jointed head here. The arms will, there's a joint in right there, so you can move that up and down. The shoulders, because there's Nodlay shoulder underneath the armor here, you can move up and down like this. These little fins will move up and down. You can move the arm, or the elbow about that far. Ball jointed hands. The hands are really the only downfall to these 00 kits. I really wish they would just give them closed fists. I think they did actually for the Season 2 models, but I'm not sure if they gave them, or gave any of the Season 1 models, like, closed hands. I know they gave some of them, like, open hands, like the cups, action-y hands, or whatever. Waist articulation is nothing, because, well, if you watch 00, you'll know why. Ball-jointed front skirts, very nice. And then you have this huge clunky back section. The cannons will move here. They move on a joint here and a ball joint here. You can also extend them by pushing those little levers down and popping the cannons out, which is a nice feature to have. Ball joints in here. Double knee joints, I think, and you can't move them that far while all of the, let's zoom out a little bit. Sorry, there's stuff in the background, who cares? There's a joint here, yada 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 yada. That's not a ball joint, maybe it is a ball joint. It's some sort of hinge joint, but anyway, the feet can go down pretty much that far. You can bend the ankle, or whatever armor like that. That's about it. Decent articulation. I mean, it's a giant, bulky mobile suit that really has another whole Gundam inside of it, so you can't expect too much out of it, and really, I don't really care that much about articulation. For accessories and stuff, it's, first of all, got its BFG, the big fucking gun. Oh, darn it, I dropped the decals. Okay. He's got his big gun, and I'm not sure if it comes with 3 handles, but the one Henry sent me has 2. So you can put one in the middle like this. You can put one in the middle like this, or you can pop it out, snap it in to the sides, like that, and they fold down and stuff, so you can put it like this and attach it to the center to make that cannon shooting thing. And you can flip that part up, and that will lodge right there. And boom, that's what you're after. The little handle up here moves so it can hold it. You know, holding it with that, or shoot it, or holding the trigger with that hand, and holding it with that hand. Yeah. It also, this part is broken here, but it attaches here as well. These yellow parts will slide out, and if I can remember how to do this, I don't think I can though. Yeah, there it goes. This bottom section moves up a little, and you can do this so the cannon's open. I think it opens a little more than that, but oh well, whatever. So there's that, and there is a action base stand. Still a nice little action base stand, which really isn't that important right now. But anyway, so that's pretty much it for the Virtue. Now for the Nodle, you can take all the armor off and two red pieces that slide off on the sides like so. And you do that on both sides. And then the legs, just take these gigantic two pieces and just slide them off. And here you can see the inner part of the leg, and how that plugs in with the armor is, there's a tab in the back that tabs right into the hole, which is really nice. Very, very useful. And I'm gonna have to sand these parts a little bit. These like big parts that are gonna scrape against the plastic, because once it's painted, it'll scratch it a little. So those will be sanded down. But overall, that peg in the back is a lifesaver because it attaches the armor like really easily. Man, he looks funny. So anyway, pop the front off. Pop his crotch off right there. And then remove the giant back section. And then remove the backpack, which gets 90% of the weight off. The arms, you have a top and a bottom, and they attach very, very similar to the legs, having that plug in the back sort of thing. And then remove these. And then the shoulders, which are, Henry puttied them, I think. Oops. Alright, so to remove those, they're just kind of like, yeah, there we go. You just kind of have to pop them off and reattach. There we go. Alright, so we've got that big beefed up chest, and then see, the next part is you can pop the back part of the waist armor off, and then these two parts pop off like that, and then the front cannon attachment, oh, that comes off after. Pop the black shoulder parts off, and then this front cannon piece comes off. And now for the head, I'm just going to take it off because it's easier. And it's also easier to do the hair. So anyway, to do this, you're going to pop the top part of the head off, which is covering the camera. You're going to pop the big V-fin off, pop the faceplate off, pop this giant chunk of white off the back, And literally every time I've taken this giant white part off, it's taken the gray part off. You're not supposed to take the gray part off. Actually, you know what I think you're supposed to do is separate it like that. Yep, you're supposed to separate it like that so the gray part won't come off. Okay, so here you have Nodlay's head. And now, you're going to attach all of the hair pieces, and it comes with 6 hair pieces, I believe. So you can put the smaller V-fin on his head. And I'm gonna get these hair pieces out, see which ones go where. So let's see. Actually, no, they don't plug into the head. Let me just pop the head on. Okay. So yeah, anyway, the hair. So it comes with 2 larger pieces. All these are like pre-shaped, pre-formed. They're 2 pieces. They go back here, and you pop this gray part off, and let's see if I remember. Does it go like that? Yeah, it goes like that. Doing that, and there's actually, you can just put them in the head easier. There's a rivet in here, like a cylindrical cylinder rivet thing. These are so fucking hard to get in. Ugh. Come on. This is the one thing I really dislike about this kit. There we go. Okay, so the back hair is in, and the back hair can move up and down, and it's shaped to kind of form over the GN drive on the back, which is really neat. So there's that, and then, let's see, what is next? I think I just dropped one of the hair pieces. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. Alright, so, you plug, I always get the head pieces and the chest pieces confused. Okay, so that's one of the cheek pieces. Yes, okay, I see what I'm doing now. Okay. Sorry if this review is total shit, but I don't really care. Alright, that plugs in there. And then the last one, these plug into the neck, which is kind of weird. There we go. Okay. So there is Nodlay with his hair. Now, Nodlay's weapons. It doesn't come with any of its own weapons really, except for the beam sabers. And it stores the beam sabers in its feet, or its knees, and they're kind of just loose in there. But it can use those, and overall the articulation is increased a bit, just because obviously all the armor is off. Yeah. Also, it can pop these off of Virtue's back. I'm only going to do one of them, but it can do both of them, as anybody who's seen 00. And you can open this up, and it's like a handle, boom, and it can hold on to the hyper cannon thingamajigs. Yay. Also, I forgot to mention all of the black parts like this, the chunks on here, and the legs pop out, and I haven't seen 00 in so long, but I think that's what it does to make the GN field or whatever. But yeah, so it does all that. Cool. Awesome. Hard to review, but it's a fun model. Anyway, so on to the actual part that I give a shit about, painting and detailing it. So, Henry, basically, I put this thing up and I said I wanted one of these, and he sent it to me for my birthday. It was built, but I didn't care. So yeah, Henry built all this. This wasn't built by me. But anyway, he sent me this, which is the Samuel decal sheet for it. Samuel decal is awesome, and it comes with all these really, really cool Virtue, GN Bazooka, Celestial Being, Nodlay decals, all this awesome stuff. And originally what I wanted to do was to make a diorama of the Nodlay, like, mid-air bursting with all the armor coming off of it, like putting clear pins all around it to have the armor breaking all around it. But I'm not sure if I want to do that. I honestly think I kind of just want to do a painted build of it and put all the decals on it and do everything like that. Um, and maybe make like a makeshift diorama thing that I can display it in with all the armor breaking off, but not permanently. But I'm not 100% sure. Um, I really know. It's going to be painted in normal colors, standard colors. I'm probably going to make the GN, some of the GN parts, like the ones on the butt here, like gold or amber or something. And I'm also thinking about replacing this plastic hair with actual red wires, because I have a ton of these little thin red wires that would be perfect for that. So I may do that, or I may leave them like that, because they do actually have some very nice rigid details carved into them. So I'm not, 100% sure on what I want to do with it yet, but whatever, I'll figure it out. I just thought I'd do a video on it before I painted it. I don't know. I'm kind of getting out of doing reviews and stuff and just more getting into painting models and doing work in progress videos. But yeah, I think my YouTube is going to start shifting that way, just more painting and more work in progress stuff than reviews, but I don't know. So that's about it, guys. This has been Ed, and again, giant thank you to Henry for giving me this kit and those beautiful Samuel Decal decals. Thank you, Samuel Decal, for existing. And that's about it. So, I will see you all next time.